crackling flames burning bright, smoldering blazes covering light, we applaud thy perpetual might. Greetings, lore keepers. What you have just heard is but the latest composition of local anonymous poet B. Tunat. It was written hastily on a piece of wood, placed upon the doors of the burning library, then engulfed by its flames. Art is but a fleeting and flickering moment. The concept of art itself as destruction. Well, before I start rambling on, let me just say once more, greetings, lore keepers, and welcome to CinderTown. We are happy to report that the forever fire is still burning, not only within our heart of hearts for you who are out there listening, but also in the Library of A, the one and only library dedicated to the 10th Muse, the one and only library that has been burning for the last thousands upon thousands of years, the one and only library that gives meaning to the name of our fired up city. And now, dear lore keepers, just for the pleasure of your auditory senses, a brief demo song from our very own BB Hotspur, no known affiliation with BB King. We hope that this piece kindles your heart at least a bit.
You know that it will be untrue. You know that I will be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on baby, light my fire. Come on baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
The proprietor of the Scarlet Maple, our local hotel, is complaining that guests have stopped coming to CinderTown. Probably the administration still remembers that time that Dante fellow came to visit. It is true that when he did, he brought a posse of many joyous people, or at least we presume that they were. Records show that, and I quote, they were screaming their hearts out. It is still uncertain why the author of said note phrased it in such a fashion. While it is true that today not many visit CinderTown on a regular basis, many are the guests that, all along the years and times of old, decided to stay here, some indefinitely. Why, just recently, for instance, in the Forever Fire's flickering light, Monsieur Dumas challenged not once, not twice, but 3 times the very charismatic heavyweight drinking champion Hemingway to a so-called earnest drinking competition. While they are still bickering on the beverage of choice, they did, however, promise to give a fair demonstration of their skills. Dumas loves his Portos, and Hemingway cannot do without his mojitos or his absinthe. But the compromise, I am sure, will come up eventually. Also, in more recent news, it would seem that a certain bard is willing to pay CinderTown a courtesy visit. When asked about his opinion on the ongoing feud between Dumas and Hemingway, his reply was the following: "Why, they should shake a leg and decide, or prepare to shake my spear." Oh, did you feel that, lore keepers? That breeze just now? That breeze was actually a whisper, a voice carried on the wings of winds, sent especially for my ears, but also for yours. That whisper belongs to none other than Ifri, one of my most esteemed associates. Now, Ifri and I, we go way back. She is, I would say, devilishly good looking, but she has quite a rather unique character and a peculiar hobby to boot. From time to time, you see, she likes to browse among the endless shelves of the library. She gazes through the ashen books, gathering the knowledge of embers, breathing in the scorched air. She told me countless times that being engulfed by the forever fire for her is soothing. She is, after all, in her own element there. It would seem that her curiosity is continuously aroused by this lust for knowledge of hers. In fact, her whisper just now announced the discovery of one of the primeval embers, a sort of a chronicle, if you will, that even the elders of CinderTown thought to be lost. Why, thank you for letting me know, Ifri. Oh, dear lore keepers, do you hear that? Oh, the treats that we have for you today. Now, obviously, this is just an early translation of the Ember, and further research on scorched linguistics should help clarify the uncertain points, semantic or otherwise, but in summary, it is part of the story of the weeping philosopher, one of CinderTown's forefathers, as you might know. It would seem that the primeval ember before this one dealt with the first fire, one which was stolen by the ancient ones from Prometheus rather than the other way around. How curious. There always seem to be more sides to one story. Well, regardless, here is what we have thus far. The weeping philosopher was enthralled by the flames that Prometheus had created. His fascination soon became an obsession, so much so that he devoted his life's work around it. In the fire, there was perfect equilibrium between everlasting balance and perpetual flow. By attentively watching the flame, his eyes began to flicker in the night. Slowly they started to shed tears and would not stop. Eventually his own tears surrounded him, creating a stream, and it was then and there that the weeping philosopher realized that no man stands in the same river twice. Said flow, by contrast of natural elements, should have extinguished the flame, but it did not. Covered up by water, the fire continued to burn. Thus, the forever fire was born. Well now, that was certainly a primeval ember worthy of its name and importance. However, dear lore keepers, I am afraid that our time together is coming to an end. This has been CTC, thanking you for your burning attention and signing off.